Howdy, Mystery here. What should we talk about today? How's it going, everybody? Good to see you. Anyway, I wanted to touch base with you guys. It's been a while since I've posted. And I know the energies are a little bit weird today. There's been a lot of stuff happening. Um, and it might just get a little bit weirder. I mean, if you look at the sun, if you pay close attention to the sun, there's major solar flares coming in, like M-class solar flares on the way to Earth with a coronal hole facing Earth. So that's going to mean a big impact of solar waves. Um, and trust me, that changes everything. It changes the molecular structure of the planet as well as everybody on it, and everything on it is going to feel these things. So you might see people getting a little bit funky. Um, I know I've had to deal with some pretty strange things, and um, you know, there's been some pretty crazy shit in the dream world and stuff. But I just look. You never should have woke me up. I'm just telling you this right now. I know who these little dweebs are who've been running this show. I know who you are. I can find you. I can see you. I know where you're at. I know where you're transmitting from. I'm going to come and I'm going to get you. I just don't know what to say. I'm done with this shit. I have had enough. Um, I don't know why this is going so slow. Everybody says this is getting cleaned up, but I don't really see it that much. I see a lot of interference lately with a lot of people. I see a lot of parasitic attempts in different ways. There's a lot of attempts coming at me personally. I see a lot of Trojans. I see a lot of what do you call them? Oh, or inorganic portals that are being taken over, and they try to trigger you. It's kind of hilarious. I'm kind of like, okay, what else you got? And then some traumatic things can happen or something, and it's to test your emotions. It's kind of a test, I think, or something. Uh, there's always another attention. There's always some other type of information there that you have to notice. You have to you have to be aware. It's all in your awareness. What is it really saying to you? If you get triggered, say something kind of traumatic happens, say one of your pet dies or something, or because we had a couple toads. I don't know where somewhere along the way we came up with a couple toads, and they were kind of cool. They danced to the drums, and they liked to eat the crickets, and they they sat on top of each other, and they were very funny, and they were very cute. But one of them just all of a sudden just got sick and died. I'm no toad doctor, and I don't know any toad doctors, and the vets didn't know what to do, and so I don't know. He just died, so we had to bury the toad, and it's very sad. And it's just, traumatic things can happen, and it can happen to everybody. But other traumatic things, unexpected things can happen, like maybe a dog chases a kitty and kills the kitty, and people are all up in arms about that stuff. And anyway. Anyway, just some stuff going on. See, those are attempts to breach the auric shield, so they can loosh off your emotions. So you have to be aware of what's really going on. It's like, okay, and then if you know who you are, it's not like a big deal. You can just take care of it. But I wanted to talk to you. Look, I got this rock in the Black Hills in South Dakota in the Black Forest. it's a kind of a cool rock. I can't remember what you call it, but I think it's cool. And then, here's another power object, and you set the ohm meter on this one, and it actually registers, and then goes back to 0. So it's actually shields you from EMFs and stuff. I don't know what it is. But it's very, very, very heavy, and it shields you from EMFs for sure. Got some. This is good for protection, physical and etheric protection. I don't know. I got some cool stuff here, but anyway, I wanted to show you a couple pictures of. I don't know if I can show. I don't know how to put something on the screen. Let me see if I can. No, I don't know how. Well, I've got some Andars right back here, if you can see, right behind me, right back there. Those big suckers wanted to come home with us too, so that was a great trip. We want to go we want to go traveling a little bit more, so I'm building the truck out, and I'll put up a few videos about that. I don't really tell anybody what I'm doing. I really don't care if anybody knows, to be honest with you. I'm just looking at awareness and how I can be more aware all the time of what's really going on. And it's all about seeing. And you know, we're on the path of freedom. And anything that's not leading me there, I don't really care about. I don't know. This thing is just, you're in a dream. I know this for sure. We are dreaming. You're dreaming. This is a dream. It's just a dream. And so, once you know that, and you're the dreamer too. So you're the dreamer and the dreamed. If that's crazy enough for you, I don't know what else can be crazier than that. But that's really what's going on here. And so hard to explain, but if you want, I mean, there comes a point where you enter a dreaming gate, and that's I don't know what it is, the fourth gate or something. That's where you know you're dreaming. You realize you're dreaming, and then there's another gate. The fifth gate is where it's complete heightened awareness all the time, and that's what I've been working on, is total heightened awareness all the time, and that's harder to reach. It's like a vice, you know. And once you reach these states of consciousness, see, what it's really like is you have, you have this internal dialogue, and it's going around, and it actually serves as a protection of some sort against. Like the unknown, the unknowable, and the unknown, and what's out there, and because you're always, it puts a bubble around you. But once you start to stop that, stop the world, and stop your internal dialogue, things start changing really quickly, and you start to gain a lot of energy. That's why you have to do the recapitulation. The recapitulation is crucial. Once you do that, you start regaining your energy, and your youth is available. You can get younger doing that. So I know I feel a lot younger after recapitulating a lot of stuff. And if you don't know what that is, I think I talked about it in another video. But I realize that we're in a dream, and if you're the dreamer, and not only are you the dreamer, but you're the absolute consciousness of this whole thing, not just the light. And there's some other things I want to say. I just think, they say this thing's all cleaned up. I think, there's some people's higher selves that are just kicking back and sitting there watching this thing, having a beverage, and what are you doing? I thought we were going to clean this place up. I don't know what everybody's sitting around for. This needs to be cleaned up now. And I'm sure there's a change of guard happening right now, whatever that means. But is it just going to be the same as the old guard, or what? Or are we in for a new treat, or what does that mean? I don't trust any of it. I think this thing can go on forever and ever and ever. And until you figure your way out of it, it's not going to stop. And so it is a multidimensional reality. And until you learn how to move your perception and out of that bubble, you're going to be staying stuck in it. And so, we can help people with that. That's generally what's really going on. If you're wondering what's going on, it's just really a reflection of what's going on inside of you, which is what's going on the outside of you. So keep that in mind. Instead of looking on the outside for the solutions, maybe you should look inside and see what's going on. It's probably in your morphogenetic field, circling around, coming back and back. There's probably a looping pattern of some sort that comes back and hits you. And see, some of these things have a lot of force to them. Some of this energies that come around and circle around in your field and make things happen. Well, some of them are traumatic. And see, that can cause some problems physically after a while if it keeps happening and happening and happening. You can get physically ill. So you need to know how to release these things out of your field and go on with your life. Because holy schmoly, I mean, I see... It's almost sad. It's like, oh my God, just like there's people walking around. I live in a small community. They call it a camp, and it's just a small camp. And people, they like to drink around here, but they don't realize that with that drinking the spirit of the alcohol is possessive, and I'm telling you, that drinking shit, there's a possession that goes along with it, and it makes you do some certain things, and all of a sudden, you don't even know what's going on in your life. If you're drinking every day, hey, I'm no saint. I drank every day for a long time, and I had to quit it too. I had to kick the demons out of myself. I went to the depths of hell, and went through it. It wasn't pretty, and it was really hard to climb out of that hole. I understand. I get it. It's really, really hard to climb out of that hole. But we did. We climbed out of it, and now I can see a lot better. See, this is where knowledge comes from. You're not going to gain knowledge from reading books and listening to other people. You gain it from experience. You have to go out and live. You have to go out and live this stuff. You have to experience it. That's why in a shaman's world, they experience more in one day, and some people do in a whole lifetime, because they're moving their perception around into different realities. It's crazy, but it really does happen. It really is real. You have, and the warrior's goal is to experience every reality there is. Every one of them. So, buckle up. That's all I gotta say. Sorcerer, shaman. It's a magical experience. It's not all that either. There's some certain genetic codes that can help you with these situations, and it takes a while to figure out what your genetic code might be. I mean, like me, I'm an Rh negative, so that means I've got a lot of alien DNA, and so. But that's neither good nor bad. I don't know if you guys know the history of this planet, but it's not what people have told you. All this shit going on is just not how it's been. I don't know where they came up with this bullshit, but it's just crazy. It's not even close to what happened, and it's still, none of it is. I don't think anybody actually has the real truth. Not even me. I don't even know what it is half the time. I just go with my intuition, my heart. And as long as I'm following my heart, I know I'm okay. And so maybe that's my message for today. Follow your heart, because then you're going to be all right. Through all of this, you need to follow your heart. You need to open your heart up and follow it. That's the only way through this. It really is. The only way through it is follow your heart. And the warrior's battle is not against everything out there. It's inside. The warrior's battle is inside. And there's major enemies that go on inside, just right inside yourself. You don't need to look any further than right here to find out where the enemy is. So keep that in mind. I just wanted to touch base with you about a few certain topics that I like. On a better note, I think we're gonna go travel a little bit more. I want to go see my mom again. She's like 97 years old. I have to see her all the time because I just love my mom. I was adopted, so she actually rescued me out of the orphanage when I was a young baby. So I'm very, very grateful to her, and I really love her so much. She's been the greatest mom ever. And I like, who can't say that about their mom? Anyway, it's fall time. This is where a lot of weird stuff starts happening. I know Hollywood comes out with their movies in the fall, and it's kind of funky what happens. Anyway, I want to learn how to go live with some videos. I've got a website coming up soon, very, very soon. We're going to be able to do some energetic work. I was taught how to do energetic work and healing. And so I want to put that to use. And I can do biospiritual scans. And so can my wife. And we'd love to do some for some people online, on lives. So it can show you what we can do. And there's other things, I've been through a lot. I have to tell you my story. I think I'll do that in this next couple of videos. But it's been a wild ride for me. It's not, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I want to go sliding into my death, into my grave, going, holy shit, that was crazy. That was, just, I don't want any rest. I just want to keep going. And I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to stop. There's some other things on this planet that have been doing some hanky-panky for a long time, and it's got to end. And it is ending. But what I want to make sure is that whoever the new guard is taking over isn't just the same old guard. We got a new parasite in town. Fuck that. I mean, excuse my language, but no. We're not going to play that game either. What happens when the creator shows up? And I see it when I show up sometimes in the dream state. We go out and we go to these missions, and I show up and they say, "Hey, I'm sorry, I didn't know, I didn't realize it." Oh, come on, man. At that point, I just put them to sleep, and then off you go. You're going to a rehab. No, I had to go to rehab. I mean, I wasn't always playing on the light side. It's dark side for me too. I was a black magician at one time as well. Anybody who is still asleep and still in that bubble is generally a black magician, because they're using their thoughts to create, but they're unaware of what they're creating, and sometimes it's nasty shit, and it's against other people, and that stuff actually can do some damage, because that's what manifests. This it's just how it works. and people aren't even aware of it. That's how they get you to do all. I mean, that's how this reality is created. That's how it's so fucked up, because all the media and all the news and all the fear. I mean, that's the number one enemy is fear, and it's a ruthless enemy. It's around every corner. It's around everywhere. It's all just like fear. Man, fear is everywhere. But, you know, there is a way to vanquish fear, and it doesn't happen overnight. And each little time you win a battle with fear, it gets closer and closer, but the fear could get worse. I'm just telling you. It gets crazy. So we've had some wild times, and but other than that, we went on the walk on a walk on the beach today. I was looking at the sun, sun gazing, and we're noticing all these little dots outside the sun. It looks like a fleets of ships are coming out of the sun. That's crazy. We got a picture of it. I'm gonna post that picture. Maybe put it in the as the video picture or something if I can. I don't know. But there's literally dots coming out of the sun in rows. Now that's not normal. I don't know what that is. That definitely looks like ships of some sort, and not small ones. Those things got to be huge. So, you know, whatever. Come on, let's, you know, who knows? It's just craziness. I also believe that maybe America didn't really win World War II, and the Nazis did, and they've been running America for a long time, because the way it is, it's not a free country. Anyone, the brave and the free, bullshit. I went down to Mexico. I'm so much freer down here than up there. It's ridiculous. That is a freaking policed state. I just couldn't deal with it. And the rules, like, holy shit, red tape this and red tape that. Anyway, God bless you. I think the United States will have some big changes coming here soon. I think, you know, there's going to be declared another superpower, some new monetary systems, and I think there's going to be a lot of corruption exposed. I think the CIA is really corrupt. I think FBI has been just dirty as flip can be, and I think they're going to be held accountable soon. And I think it comes with a change of guard. But then again, you know how's the change of guard going to be? Is it better or worse? You know, who knows? We're all supposed to be waking up and heading into the golden age. But, you know, I think we've missed some timelines. There's some major timelines I saw that were right there, and we didn't hit it for some reason. We should have been further on. It seems like it dropped. The frequency dropped, and it's a collective thing. It's up to the masses. We have to wake up the world. It's a process of waking up everybody to what's really going on and who you are and what you came here to do. It's not about me anymore. It's about everybody. I don't know. Just, you know, the bufo toad, which is one of the toads that died, they have a certain venom that they put off, and you can capture that venom, and then you dry it, and then you put it in a pipe and you smoke it. Now, don't ask me how I know how they figured that out. They had a conversation. See, we're symbiotes, so you can actually energetically connect with anything because we're symbiotes. So, the shamans, they connected with the toad and asked him, what, show me your secrets. And they showed him the venom of the toad. And, you smoke that. It'll show you your death. It'll show you what death is like. And it's pretty freaking crazy. But it's a great experience. There's nothing like it. It's 5-MeO DMT is what they call it in the psychedelic world. But it's much more than that. It's really what your death looks like and what's going on. You'll go through a recapitulation experience, and then you'll go straight to heaven and see what that looks like. There'll be a lot of light. I can guarantee that. And there's probably going to be some darkness. You might see a shadow come off of you. I know I've seen a few shadows come off of me when I did some. And I was glad to chase them out of there. But, that just showed me I had a lot of more work to do. And since then, I've done a lot more work. I don't do hallucinogens anymore because there's just no need for them anymore. Because once you can move the assemblage point. It's just no reason to do any of that. The only reason we started doing hallucinogens in the first place was to start loosening up that assemblage point so you can start moving it around. And dreaming does the same thing. It moves the assemblage point just a little bit. And stalking is the art of holding the assemblage point in a different spot so you can explore a little bit. So and actually looking at that. So, and you're going to have to learn how to stalk and dream in order to recapitulate because because the goal is to recapitulate your entire life. Now that takes a long time. That takes some time because it almost looks like it's impossible. It's not impossible. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard because you almost have to enter the dream and stalk that certain period of your life to actually recapitulate it. You have to remember everything. You have to relive it. Actually, relive the energetic experience, and by doing so, you can gain all the energy you lost in that certain situation back. And you can let go of the energy that was given to you by other beings or other things that maybe you don't want. Some darkness, some shadowy shit that you don't want inside your field. And I always set the intention that if I'm recapitulating it and I can't really get back my original energy that was lost because the universe is just going to replace it with something else. I always set the intention that it's been upgraded to the max. I'm receiving max upgrades because way back when the energy must be pretty old by now. Maybe there's some huge upgrades. I don't know what you call it, Diamond Star Deluxe Plasma Golden Blue Diamond Ray, whatever plasma shit that's supposed to be knocking on your butt. Great for protection and sight and everything else and ascension. Who knows? So just always set the intention to receive the highest and best, and always clear my timelines every night because once you enter the fourth dimension, you'll realize there is no time, and you can see forward and back. It's really wild, and you can see the timelines, and then because I'm looking at them right now, there'll be one that sticks out. That's your highest and best. And you want to kind of shiny, so you want to go over to that one and pinpoint on that one, and that's the one we're moving to. And you notice some differences when you wake up in the morning. I always do it when I go to bed at night. Please realign me to my highest and best. And you'll notice some differences. It's really kind of crazy. And it works. So anyway, I know it all sounds crazy. We'd like to show you a bunch of stuff. There are some things about the stones, like look at this one. Look at that. It's azurite. It's just beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful, if you ask me. It's just so sparkly and pretty. And it's very energetically powerful. And I don't know if you know about an azurite being, someone who's, they're like the, I don't know, what would you call it? Maybe the silver surfer of the realm. They can go into any dimension anytime they want, come in and out of it, no problems. Any of them. They can go in and out. Azurites. Yeah. Powerful beings. So, I know a few Azurites. And anyway, I'm also a very powerful being as well. So you know what? I know I've been getting some interference at night, and with the relationship with my wife, and in the neighborhood I live in, and I'm sure everybody is right now, because that's just the way it is. What's going on is they're transmitting this 5G frequency, and it causes the frequency to drop. So you go into these lower dimensional, they keep you in this lower dimensional consciousness. And that's where, you know, they kind of have been running the show. And so that's where they feed, and that's where they drain you and suck on your energy and stuff. And there, you know, there's the seers called these parasitic things flyers, and I did see some flyers. Yeah, I remember it. Yeah. Anyway, we'll talk more about that later. I'm going to deal with that probably in my sleep. Anyway, once you get more personal power and energy built back up from the recapitulation, that's one way to get it. And the other way is experience and knowledge. Once you gain some more knowledge through experience, you'll get some more personal power, and you start feeling better, and it gets better and better and better, and then all of a sudden you notice that these things can't really feed on you anymore. And so that's key. That's crucial. Because you're just so bright, you hold a pillar of light, and it becomes a shield. And then you'll find out you can do other things with this shield. And so we'd be happy to teach everybody how to do that. It's time to learn. This is the ascension period. The time is now. It's been now for a long time. You know, I had to go through quite a few experiences to wake up myself. It took me a while. I was deep in the hole. So I had to climb out of it, and it took a while. Sorry if I'm late, but you know what? I don't really care. I came back from hell with some presents. Don't we all? So anyway, just I want to thank everybody for watching this video. If you made it through to the end, that's great. I can't believe you actually sit and listen to me. I don't really know if anybody's going to listen to me or not. I just thrilled if you do. I really want to thank you. If you like these videos, you can go ahead and subscribe below, and we'll keep them coming. I just I'm busy. I got busy. Just being aware. I got caught in awareness again. Just not in a trap, but just being aware of some things and just exploring some different realities for a minute. And I got caught out there. Fuck YouTube for a minute. I just want to check this out. I hope that makes sense. You know what I mean? I'd like to take a look and just be aware of what's really going on. And sometimes it takes a lot of attention to do that. Hi, honey. She's really a sweetheart. I really love her. But, you know, we get in our fights, too, and sometimes it's not pretty. I got this dune buggy behind me right back there. I guess I better start that thing up and drive it. I haven't driven it for a while. And we live on the beach. And it's nice living on the beach, but, you know, at the same time, like everything rusts here. It's like crazy. I got to keep up with the rust. I hope I'm not rusting to death. Anyway, if I am, let me know. Anyway, like I said, thank you for watching. Hope that stuff made sense to you. If it does, let me know. Make some comments. If you have any questions, you're welcome. I'll leave an email down below, and you can go ahead and shoot me an email if you have any questions or comments. And I'd be happy to hear from anybody. And maybe we'll get some more material out. Maybe I'll write a book or something about. I'm going to start talking about what happened, what my story is, and how to start releasing that, and so you guys can relate with where I'm coming from. But yeah, no, you know, the stuff I'm learning, the stuff I learned, and the stuff I liked the most was the Toltec teachings, like Carlos and what's his name? Carlos. I can't remember. Don Juan, and I know him by a different name, but Carlos, what the heck was his name? Anyway, he wrote a bunch of books back in the 80s, and I'd highly recommend reading those books over and over again. I can't believe I can't remember his name. Hold on. Carlos Castaneda. There you go. That's the dude right there. Carlos Castaneda books are crazy cool, and that's actually, I mean, it's actually real stuff. Like, shit. I hope that music doesn't get my channel canceled or some fucking thing. It's not. It's just in the background. It's just playing. My wifey's over there playing music. Oh well. I guess we'll be all right. I don't think they'll cancel me for shit in the background. It's not meant to be playing in the thing. Plus, I think it's a royalty-free music anyway. So anyway, reserve the right to. There's nothing I can do about background music. Somebody else playing a music when I'm doing a video. So, plus it's a royalty-free video music that she owns. So I don't know what to tell you, YouTube. I don't really give a fuck about that. Hopefully somebody watched this. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe. Keep watching. If you have any questions, leave a comment or shoot me an email, and we'll get right back to you. Thanks for watching. Make it a great day.